Hey everyone, I'm Jessica, and I am super excited to talk about all the new content that is included with the Siblings Trouble Expanded Deluxe Edition, this really cool cooperative storytelling game that takes place in about 30 minutes as you go on an adventure as a group of siblings. The original came out a while ago, and I am going to talk about all of the new stuff that is included. So many cool things, so let's dive right in. First up is a Destiny story mode. And what this is it gives a player a chance to play as a game master of sorts. And it's a completely new character, so although you're not playing as a sibling, you still get to decide which of the cards that kind of represents who you are in the game. And you get a deck of Destiny cards. There's 13 of these, and these are going to create different storytelling moments that you get to add into that story as other players are telling it. And another cool thing that comes with Destiny is the Destiny coin. So it's got both a sun and a moon side, and I'll show you how that works in a second. But Destiny is an awesome new character and a game mode that, again, you can learn to play as a game master. If you've ever wanted to get into RPGs, this is a great way to try it out in a quick setting. And it's also awesome if you are playing with some other players who may not be as experienced with storytelling. Maybe they're a little younger or they haven't experienced this before and may need a little guidance in-game, and that gives you a chance to play as Destiny and do that. So, let's go through a quick round and just see what that looks like. If I'm playing as Destiny, let's say that we've got 3 other players at the table. One of them is playing as Chance, another one is playing as Adventure, and we also have Danger at the table. So I would get to decide which one of the Destiny cards kind of represents who I am, and I would have that deck of cards. I draw 5, and those would be in my hand to add some storytelling moments. Destiny goes last in the round, so let's say that Chance pulls the entrance card. We are going to the Museum of Mystery, which is one of the new locations here, and Chance describes for us an awesome opening where we've gone by this museum before, and the siblings have never been inside, but now there's kind of a door that opens up for the first time. We go in there, Chance is describing everything. All we know is that some exhibits and some statues are upside down. There's something weird going on here. We don't know what it is, but we want to explore further. So Chance would set that up, and Chance's player is clearly adept at storytelling, so they had a great time. Me as Destiny, I don't have to do anything except sit there and have a great time listening. And then it would be Adventure's turn. So Adventure would draw the next card from the Adventure deck, which happens to be a path card, flip that over, and we encounter a weird kitchen. So then Adventure gets to add to the story and say that maybe that's how we got in to the museum, that this is like the kitchen in the back, but there's like dust and it looks like the ingredients are just really, really old or even like ground up bones. We don't know what's going on here. So they would get to resolve everything else on the card. I'm kind of going quickly here just to show you what would happen with Destiny. But we have this really interesting story already that the 2 siblings have kind of told and built that on. And then we come to the next player, who is Danger. And again, remember I said Danger might be a little bit inexperienced with storytelling. So Danger, they draw the next path card, and it comes up and it says that there's a clue. And me as Destiny, I can see the Danger player. They're trying to come up with something, but they're like, I don't really know what to say. So this is my chance as Destiny to say, whoop, say Destiny appears out of one of the steaming pots or whatever from this weird kitchen. But because everything's upside down, Destiny shows up upside down. And is kind of like pushing away all the smoke and the steam and says, oh, I see that you've made it into the museum. And this is me addressing that player in character as Destiny. And I say, well, what might your name be? And they might say, well, I guess my name's Danger. I say, oh, well, that might tell me a little bit something about what you do. I'm getting a sense that there are some strong memories about noise and lots of potential rhythms, but maybe not. I'm not sure. What else? What am I sensing about you that might help you here? And I'm floating around the room and I'm trying to narrate what I'm doing, but also trying to help this player come up with something because they started the adventure with a boombox. So again, I'm kind of giving them some hints about look at your cards without, without getting outside of the story. And this encourages them to say, oh, I have a boombox with me. Maybe I see a cassette on one of these shelves, like an old cassette tape. And they may be directing that at me, and I say, well, Destiny here thinks that might be a good idea, but only you can tell us what that clue means. Are you going to put it in your boombox? And I'm kind of floating some more. And maybe they'll say, oh yeah, so I take the cassette and I put it in my boombox and it starts playing part of a message, but we only get a little piece of it. But it seems to indicate that there's weird stuff going on here. So they've added to the story. I've helped them out as Destiny. And they kind of feel included in the group, and that's how you can sort of encourage them along. But playing as Destiny, you're not just there to, read rules or tell somebody, look at your cards. You want to be part of the story. So that would be the end of the first round, and then it is Destiny's turn to do something cool. So remember, I have 5 cards in my hand, and I get to choose one of those 5 that I want to use to add to the story. So I am going to choose this one, and there is indeed the nice Destiny card reference. This helps you kind of set the stage for what some of those cards could mean. You are more than welcome to pick your own meanings and your own outcomes, but this is just a great way to get into it and kind of guide you on what these might mean. So this card corresponds with friend or foe. And so as Destiny, I'll say, that was an interesting message that you got. And then from out of the shadows, from maybe another doorway, in walks this mysterious curator, and they show up and they say, you have heard part of the message that I wanted someone to listen to. This is my museum, because that's a boss right there. This is one of the strong bosses that will be like the final encounter. And they say, if you are willing to save the museum and solve the mystery of what's going on, I may let you in here. I never let anyone else in here. But I will help you if you will accept. And I pose this problem or question to the siblings, and I look at the player who is playing as, where did they go? They disappeared. There they are. The player who's playing as Danger, because again, they're just kind of getting their feet in the game and telling those stories. And I say, Danger, you're the one who played that cassette. What do you think about this proposal from this mysterious curator? And it's a way for them to add to the story, or they can simply say, yeah, I think we should take the advice and go for it. And that would be the chance for me to flip the Destiny coin, which I have somewhere around here. There it is, hiding from me. I would flip that Destiny coin, and it would either come up as the sun side or the moon side. So basically, was it right or wrong? And kind of advance the storyline in that way. And we would just go round to round doing that. So all the siblings go, then I as Destiny go. And it's just a really great way to get into playing this as a game master, and also just kind of helping along players who might need a little bit of a boost with storytelling, but you come in there and play as Destiny. Really, really cool stuff, and lots of other storytelling opportunities. So what else is included with this? There's even more new content. I hinted at it before, but there's a new character called Chance. So as with all the siblings, there's 2 different cards. They have the awesome ability of misdirection. They also come with their own unique die, their trouble die, which has its chance. So you have a lot of sides that have either 5 stars or 1 star. So Chance can kind of go back and forth on how well they do. You also have that token that goes with that sibling. So all new opportunities to introduce a new character into your group or start off playing with Chance. There is also of, obviously, the Museum of Mystery, as I talked about there. That's one of the new locations. So at the Museum of Mystery, you're going to be finding all these cool exhibits. You're going to be running into different types of bosses who might be there, and just trying to solve different, not necessarily problems, but tell the story of what is going on and what these siblings come across as exhibits might come to life, or you need to run away from some skeletons. Another new location is the spooky old house. And this one has a little warning. Some of these images are a little spookier than what you'll find in other locations. Still very friendly though. It's more for very young players. You might want to just take a look through the deck first. But some of those you'll see, like there's an animated broomstick, and there's all types of cool things that you would find in one of these spooky haunted houses. There's witches that you might come across and ghosts, and all different types of things that you might find here and figure out what's going on in this cool, spooky old house. There are also new cards and bosses for the existing locations. So if we go through and look at some of those cards, right, you might recognize some of these might look familiar if you played the original edition, but then like the World Turtle is brand new. So there are now 3 bosses for each location instead of just 2. You will find all types of, again, all of these cards, again, may look familiar, but then there's going to be some new ones for every single location. Lots of really, really cool stuff. There's the abandoned junkyard, and you'll find new things there. There's just tons and tons of really cool new cards. We kind of have some dragons that you might come across too. Cool stuff. And then, of course, all of the existing decks also have new stuff. So we have new treasures that are going to be in here in the treasure deck. There are going to be new epic treasures. They're so epic, I can't remember the name of them. But there are new epic treasures. There are new big secrets. There are new everything. So all of the existing content, there's more stuff for that to add more variety. So you get to tell a lot more stories. Finally, another cool thing that's included here, a lot of the time you'll play a single adventure, and that's cool. It's 30 minutes, you're all set and you're done. But some groups, we've seen this over the years, some like to play and have kind of a connected storyline. So we now have the Journey Continues cards. So instead of going home during an adventure, you may potentially get lost. Which gives you a chance to come back into the adventure. And then at the end, rather than going home and kind of tying up all the loose ends, you actually will go to a different location. So it keeps going. You keep all of your tokens, you keep your treasure, and these all correspond to different locations. So you might start off at that Museum of Mystery, and then you might find out, I gotta go to the Hillside Cave to keep this story going. Gives you opportunities to bring bosses back, have even bigger secrets that show up that kind of tie the whole storyline together. And still, each time you play, it can just be 30 minutes, but you have that option of having a connected storyline. So, so cool. And again, that's everything that's included in the Siblings Trouble Expanded Deluxe Edition. However, if you own the first edition, all the new stuff and just the new stuff can be picked up in the Chance and Destiny expansion. That has all the new stuff, again, only the new stuff, and the instructions to play as Destiny, plus with the Journey Continues cards. So much cool stuff. All of this just generates so many fun stories. I like storytelling, and this really just, it's so much fun. So again, that is the Siblings Trouble Expanded Deluxe Edition and all the cool new stuff for it. As always, thanks so much for watching and take care. Bye.